Hello and welcome back to Custom Technologies. In today's video, I'm going to create this thumbnail or banner here. These are the resources that I'm going to use. So if you need them, they are linked in the description below. So let's begin. We are going to use Photoshop. So we are going to create a project. I'm going to go with maybe a square like this one, 16 by 14. I'm going to create its name as wedding like that. Then I'm going to create just like that. Wait a bit for it to load, and it will create this section here like that. So first of all, first thing that we are going to create or to drag, it is this background, a blue background that you can download on the internet. Sorry, I'm going to reduce the size like that. And I think that one looks good. And then I'm going to center it like that, and then to expand it like that. Sorry, like that, and you will have achieved that background. And then I'm going to drag this here like that, because only it is an wedding. Sorry, let me reduce the image like that. Control Z, and then by clicking on shift you can make it like that. Looks good. You can reduce the opacity a little bit, and then you can come to here to the brush tool. I'm going to maybe give it 700 like that. Then I'm going to give the hardness to 0 like that. Then I'm going to come here down and add a layer like that, or a mask, and you can brush. For example, my brush is too retro, so I'm going to increase it. Maybe 1500. It will be good. Yeah, that one looks good. Then I'm going to brush it through. Remember, you can remove the background if you want. Actually, I can try to remove the background. I'm going to click on it here, and you can see that it has been brought in this other here. Just click on remove background here, and let Photoshop work on the background like that, and boom, it have done a good job. Just save it, and you can see it is saving the image, and as you can see here, the image have been saved well. So what I'm going to reduce is just to reduce the opacity, because I wanted just something small. Don't concentrate on how it have removed the background. I think it will work on our project because we just needed something in the background. So I'm going to reduce it, maybe 9 there. Yeah, that one looks good. And then I'm going to give it a shape here on top, like a circle. Well, I'll just create a rectangle like that, and then I'm going to cut that section out like that. I'm going to give it this yellow, and then I'm going to give it a stroke of 0 like that. I'm going to use this tool now to give it a curve. sorry, it is supposed to be, let me check this one. Sorry, it is supposed to be this one, having selected the rectangle like that, and it will create this shape here. Yep, that one. Then I'm going to bring this one here, and also bring this one here, like that. I think that one is good, like that. And then I'm going to do on the other side, like that. Give it a color, yellow. Give it a stroke of 0, like that. And then I'm going to give it a curvature, this one, of a curvature. I want here in the center to be in the middle, like that. Then this one to be around here, like that. Yeah, it is possible. And this maybe around here. Yeah, it will create a good design actually. To the top. Remember, you can use rulers. I'm going to go with that. And then maybe I should give it a stroke of maybe 10, let me see, 20. 20, I'm going to give it a dark yellow color. Select that color, but now make it like that. Then I'm going to increase it maybe 50. It is not visible well, so I'm going to increase the color. Maybe that one will be, yeah, it will be well visible, like that. I think that one looks good. Maybe increase a little bit, 70. Yeah, that one looks good. Now you can lock your project if you want. I'm going to create a rectangle here, but I'm going to create this one with somehow a radius. Also, I'm going to give it a color. Maybe we can do a gradient this time. Sorry about that. You can create a color here. Yep, I think that one will look good, but now it will need to be rotated like that. Good one. And then I'm going to drag it backwards like that. For this here, I think I'm going to increase it. Give it to expand it on top. And I'm not supposed to click shift, sorry. Yeah, like that. And then having done that, I don't have one stroke in this one, so I'm going to reduce it to 0 like that. And then as you can see, it is not visible here for the first layer, so I'm going to give it a like that. I'm going to come to effects, and then I'm going to increase the drop shadow. Yeah, like that. Increase the drop shadow, opacity, distance, reduce the distance like that, spread. As you can see, I wanted something like that, size, something like that. maybe, yeah. Good. Now, even having used this one, it is not well carved, so I'm going to increase it to 30, like that. And now the curvature, it looks great, like that. For this one, maybe select it, maybe drag it on top kidogo, like that. And then I'm going to save that. I'm saving it to my Photoshop masterclass, like that. Having completed that, maybe I will reduce this one, like that. Yeah, that spacing looks great. Having done that, I'm going to import this to my working area, like that. I'm going to increase it to the shape. I think that one will look great, like that. And then I'm going to import this one, this ring. And then I'm going to reduce it because I want it to be in the background. I don't know if it will blend well, but let's try. I should have downloaded a big image with something. I'm going to group it by clicking on Ctrl G, like that. And then I want it to create a creeping mask. Because of the background, it have created a creeping mask to this one. Rasterize layer, and then I'm going to Ctrl Z, rasterize layer, create creeping mask. Nah, it is not working. So what I'm going to do is before I create a creeping mask like that, I'm going to create a shape here, a circle, like that. Here I'm going to create shift for it to be a perfect circle, color white, and then I'm going to drag it like that, and then drag it to the background. And then having done that, I'm going to convert to smart layer, like that, and it will be compounded. Create creeping mask. No, like that. It will, and having done that, creeping mask to the circle inside. I wanted it to be on the circle, not like that. Yeah, that one looks good. For this one here, no, don't want to have that. Having done that, and then I'm going to drag the circle on top like that. That one looks good actually now. And then I can cruise the group like that. I'm going to import this image. I want it to be on top of this. I don't know if Photoshop will do a great job on removing the background for this because it will be in front. Let me see. I hope it does because I don't want to spend a lot of time. I have deleted some parts, but I think it is okay. You can use it like that. Yeah, I'm going to use it like that. Because it is a concept that I want to create. Increase it a little bit for it to be aligned like that, and then duplicate it by Ctrl J, select the layer, Ctrl J, and then select it, and then rotate it like that, and then drag it like that. I think that one is perfect. I'm going to add some flares by clicking on these and reducing my brush tool, then adding a layer here. I'm going to select a layer color, this one, then I'm going to make it darker like that. The brush size, I'm going to increase it, yeah, something like that. But that color is not that good. We select this. Let me see that. Yeah, that one is better like that. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity like that. So next is text that we are going to add. I'm going to come here and select this rectangle here like that. I'm not stroke, I want it to have a gradient, but this time round I'm going to go with Pro. So click on this one here, color, select your blue here. I want a dark brown like that. Copy the color code, copy, no, that one is so dark, copy like that. On the other side do the same, and inside here just paste your color code like that. Create another layer here, and in this one paste your color code, but this time round you can select a bright color like that. I'm going to change the position like that, and then I'm going to increase these dark positions like that, so that the bright color to be the center like that. I think that one looks good. Yep. And then I'm going to position it in the center. Think that one looks good. Yep. I'm going to give it some shadow for it to look more good like that. I'm going to leave it as default. Create a small rectangle inside here to divide them, stroke to be 0 and color to be white like that. Let me see. Yeah, you have done a good job, but it needs to be moved like that. I have created big one, so I'm going to reduce the size like that, and then like that. That one looks good. Yep, that one looks good. Then I'm going to write the date here, the date, and also the venue in this other side. So I'm going to write maybe Saturday remember it is just as a template, no event. Like that. I'm going to change the fonts. I don't like that font for this template. Saturday, like that. Nope, still. I'm going to go with the fonts. Maybe this one. Yep, that one looks good. Saturday, like that, and then we can position it whenever we want it to be, like that. We can actually give it a gradient color, sorry, effects, gradients, like that. Yeah, it is automatic. That one looks good. Then I'm going to give it a date, 23rd, 23rd, like that. Select on. For this I'm going to give it a bold font. Maybe Impact will do that. Yeah. Also I'm going to position it because I want it to be large. Let me see. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to duplicate this one, Control J, for it to light the month. I'm going to just drag using Control for the position to align when. I'm going to light August 2025, like that. I can reduce the font a little bit. I'm going to give it maybe 23 or 22, like that. Yeah, that one looks good. And then position it. Yeah, there. That one looks good and great. For this effect, I'm going to click on it and drag it to 23 by clicking on alternative, that is, so that it can duplicate the effects, like that. So I will not have to click on effects and do that whole thing. Here you can press an icon. First I'm going to duplicate this, and by clicking on this one I can drag it whenever I want for the sorry, it didn't duplicate. Control J. Why is it not duplicating? I'm clicking on it, Control J, yeah, like that. It will create a duplicate. And here I can write maybe engineer my city, like that. Looks great. And then I'm going to duplicate engineer, Control J. As you can see here, there is a copy. Then I'm going to drag it like that and write main alter, like that. Change the font to 22, like that, and position it well, like that. I think that one will work. File manager and drag this icon. If you want, you can change the color, but I'm going to leave it as default, like that. You can also position it wherever you want. I think that one will work for now. And then I'm going to drag this one icon to Photoshop there, and then since it has background, so I'm going to remove it by clicking on it, coming to this other side and just clicking on remove the background. I hope it does not remove the background in there. I know there is another, as you can see it have removed, but we have to work on it, so I'm going just to save it. Done. I'm going to create a shape here, a circle, clicking on shift so that it can be a perfect circle. It have created two. I will delete that one, position it like that for this other circle. Sorry, this is the problem of creating this kind of collections like that. I can work with 0 because it will be going in the background, so there is no problem with it. I'm going to press it on top like that, then I'm going to drag this one up like that. Good. And then I'm going to select both, then I'm going to convert to smart object. Wait for it to load. Good. You have done a good job. Because you don't want to repeat this, you can right click on it and you can export, quick export as PNG, and you can save it here. No, you don't want to replace the other one icon, maybe look type like that, and it will save without the background, so that maybe next time you don't want to repeat what we have done right now. So Control T for it to give you these features. I'm going to drag it like that, and okay, now we can make it a little bit bigger for visibility. Good one. And having done that, we are mostly about to complete our design. I love how this one is turning. So here I'm going to, maybe we can select everything and make it like that, group them and lock everything up so that we don't temper again like we saw when we were designing this one. So I'm going to like to add in here on top, Control A to select all, and then I'm going to give it maybe a bluish color like that, and then wedding with all capital letters, wedding like that. Sorry about that. Wedding like that, and then I'm going to duplicate it, Control J. As you can see here, I have copied it just like that on it. Celebration. It is supposed to be ceremony like that. I'm going to Control A, the size maybe 48. Nope, I'm going to reduce 20. Yep, like that. And then I'm going to give it like that. But the position, I'm going to increase the spacing, line spacing here, -40. What about 0? Nope. Increase it to around 75. Nope. Still 200. Yeah, 200 looks good, like that. Now I'm going to write the names here. Like, we can think of a name of a person, bring it to -50, and maybe write Faith. Increase the font here. I know I'm going to increase further. I wanted capital F and other to be like that. Let me think about it. We can add the second name with this font so that we don't lose this font. So I'm going to Njoki. I'm going to like Joki with capital letter. Njoki, like that. Njoki, like that. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Joki, copy there. Good. By clicking on Shift so that the position don't disappear. Like that. And then now I can light fade on fade F, capital F, like that. And then select all, change the font to a stylish one. No, that's, let me select from this side so that I can preview it. Maybe this one. No, I think I'm going to go with this one. Let us just go with that one. Like that. Maybe position it there and duplicate it, and Z, drag it by pressing on Shift Wafula. Nah, that font, it is not working. I think that one will work. Wafula, like that. I think those will work. I'm going to change Joki to around Brian. I think Brian will work. It is just a name that I'm using. In between here I'm going to add text, but it will be just at like that, and then I'm going to choose a font. It will be great. Choosing the font, it is time consuming. If you are unprepared like me, let us go with this one. Yeah, that one. and maybe you can increase the size of it like that. Come into the shape here. You can add a layer, and for this time let us use this color. What about white? White, can it produce a good flare? Yeah, actually, Control Z. I'm going to work with this one. So select like that. Use Alt to drag it like that. Reduce it, and then like that. Then reduce the opacity like that. Duplicate it. Control J, and just drag on it like that. I think that is it. That is a complete tutorial on how to create this design. It is very simple. You can see that we have created it with around 40 minutes. I was not. So to save it, I will just group it like that again, lock it again. To save it, you can, as image, as you can see here, I am saving it as a project as PSD file. I have saved it here. You can see that the icon that will remove the background, it is available here. I'm saving at PSD so that if I want to make some edits, I can come and find it in good shape. To save it as PNG, you can come here, save it as a PNG like that. It is the simplest way to save it as PNG, but still you can come here and save, export as like that. And here you can select the kind or the format that you want to save your image as. As you can see here, you can select it, or you can just make it 400 like that, and you can just export it, and it will not have any difference because we had already saved that artboard. I'm going to save it like that, wait for it to load, and done. As you can see here, our artboard file have been created. Let us click on it so that we can preview it. And as you can see, it is a very good design that you can make use of it. And I think that is it. If you like this video, please comment in the comment section below. If you have any question, comment, like this video, share, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.